Okay, you're more than welcome to join me. Would you like to join me?
This last week, Finn and I finally tried to leave southern Utah, and our departure was a slow one. We ended up breaking character to spend a night in Capitol Reef National Park at one of the most gorgeous campgrounds I've ever seen before moving a little farther north. Somewhere along the way, we got stuck in a cattle drive.
Honk now?
Honk all the way through them and now move.
Before deciding to take a turn at a sign for a lake up in a nearby national forest, which ended up being an alright decision. I am the luckiest girl in the entire world. Finn and I ended up having the entire lake to ourselves for a few days, which was slightly eerie, but also very magical.
Good morning from a place that I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that I'm still in. I'm in Capitol Reef. I've been here for 2 weeks. This is becoming a running theme in my videos, although it kind of always has been a running theme. My friend left. He was gone for a few weeks. We hopped on a call and he was like, "So where are you at now?" And I was like, "I'm still where you left me." And he was like, "What have you been doing?" And the truth of it is that I have not been doing very much.
After a few weeks in the Torrey and Bicknell areas, I still hadn't gone into the national park. So before I left, I thought I'd spend a very small amount of time doing a driving tour of the park.
And JJ. I am JJ. You must have a fight with them. She's not gonna.
Yeah, so as it turns out, I didn't really do very much of a driving tour at all, and instead I ended up here at Fruita Campground. So this is the first campsite that I've gotten since April. I don't know what got into me. I just felt like getting a campsite, and this campsite is gorgeous. And I also only have one neighbor, which is like crazy. It is definitely the off season. Did I say that I was in Capitol Reef National Park? This is a campground in the national park, which I've also never done, so. This campground is in the Fruita Historic District, which is home to one of the largest orchards in the National Park Service. I spent the evening wandering through the orchards, felt an awful lot like Anne of the Green Gables while I sat and read all evening. On my way back to the site, I ended up passing by a solo van lifer who offered me a spot at her campsite, and since I hadn't seen another person in over a week, I said, yeah, of course, and we ended up spending the night talking about life on the road. Right here. As I drank my coffee outside, I thought about which direction I wanted to head. I had many options. I could go further south into Arizona, further north into Salt Lake City, further east into Moab, and then Colorado. In the end, I think I burnt myself out thinking a little too hard about it, and as I drove away, I decided I'd just drive for 2 hours in whichever direction my mind decided to take me. At one point, we got stuck in the middle of a cattle drive. I'm not sure how it happened, but one minute there were 2 cows in front of me, and the next there were dozens. The group of people pushing the cows north were all on horses, and after a while, even they caught up with me and started telling me to be a little bit more pushy.
Honk now?
Honk all the way through them and now move.
Oh gosh, okay.
With all the laughing the people were doing, and the fact that the cows did not give one heck whatsoever about my honking, I found myself wondering if they'd been joking or if I had misheard them. Anywho, after like 10 minutes of honking at the big cows and keeping my eyes on the baby cows that kept running in front of the van, I finally managed to get ahead of the pack. And right as I was worrying that I'd chosen to go the wrong way and that I might have dealt with this herd of cows for nothing, a sign appeared on the side of the road for a nearby lake up in Fish Lake National Forest. I quickly Googled the lake, found some reviews for a campground with piping hot water, and since I hadn't had a real shower in over a week, I didn't even so much as hesitate as I set the route and ran with it.
Stones we carry, clothes we lived in, all the tales
Oh my gosh, I am the luckiest girl in the entire world.
taking the high road.
No words. Don't have words. Utah is so dope. I was planning on sleeping in the middle of like a gravel lot on the side of a highway tonight, and suffice to say, I'm very, very glad that I'm here instead.
The off season is such a funny thing. Like on one hand, it's the lamest thing ever because everybody is off the road. But on the other hand, it's like the coolest thing ever because you're the only one anywhere because everybody's off the road. Is it the best thing ever? Is it the worst thing ever? I have my days. This place is a ghost town right now though, I'll tell you that.
Look at the sunset. No, you don't want to look at the sunset? That's fair. It's like 6:53 and I need dinner. Also, this heater is not warm enough. A few days later, I made my way much farther north and ended up running into Anna, who I've kind of caravanned with before, but somehow in the group setting, we just never got the time to really get to know one another. But this night, we finally got the chance, and it was as awesome as the area we'd found ourselves in. We talked for hours, the light fading into blue and purple hues. It kind of felt like we were alone on our own planet. So pretty.
I think I just saw a shooting star.
You probably definitely did.
I definitely think I did.
As I tucked myself into bed, I found myself reflecting on the last 6 months, on the friends I've been lucky enough to make, on the places I've been lucky enough to see, on this life that I was lucky enough to stumble into. I'm sorry, this is gonna be a sappy ending because I've tried to rewrite this multiple different ways, but nothing's working. So instead, I'm just gonna let it be and say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. Thank you to those of you guys who comment every week. I can still remember the feeling when I hit 1,000 subscribers. It was like this ecstatic, insane feeling. And now there's 40,000 people who have hit that subscribe button, and I'm just a little bit overwhelmed with everything. Hence the reason that I took a week off. I'm also currently sitting in the middle of hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. In the middle of a snowstorm, which is probably not helping the sappiness, but this is for next video.